Hey, I'm here. How's it going, everyone? Okay, so let me fix this. Oh, okay. Kind of moving the table because I'm trying to get my sage. Oh, okay, so Happy Lions Portal 88. It is the Lions Gate Portal, I should say correctly. And this is the day that the sun and the Sirius star, the sun star of Sirius, aligns with our sun. And so it makes for a day of, it's like portal energy, okay? When certain planets or suns or stars align, that creates like a gateway for certain energies to come in. Also allows us to, in certain alignments, we're able to manifest a lot easier than it is in other times. So today is like we're at the peak of the portal, okay? But I guess we have till Saturday with this Lions Gate, till Saturday. But the peak day is today. And today is a day where you want to focus on manifesting, manifesting a new world, manifesting a better life for yourself, for your loved ones. It's also a time of shifting and transmuting, releasing, letting go. It may depend on where you're at on this journey, this ascension journey. I've had a few people in my life that I've been kind of helping them out on their path, and very emotional time. Some people are releasing, they're learning to let go of attachment and attachment, codependency, and all of that. I kind of want to go into something with my experience, and it's interesting. I got here a month ago, almost exactly a month ago. During this past month, I've had to do quite a bit of releasing and letting go. This whole experience of me coming here to Sedona and getting here, before I got here, okay, I told God, I told my higher selves, I want to be a testimony to others of what is possible. I want to show others what is possible. That was my goal. And I believe I've achieved that goal. I'm continuing to be that witness for others. The process of getting here to Sedona was not easy. I've been trying for almost 2 years. Um, and I knew the energy when I was here a year and a half ago, um, for a conference, 2022. I felt the energies of Sedona, and I knew I could feel that you don't, Sedona has to accept you. You don't just come here because you want to. You have to be accepted. You have to be aligned with her energy. You don't just come here because it's so beautiful. You have to be aligned to her energy. If you are not, you're going to have a difficult time. And I had to release expectations of the future. Like, I could see myself, I have visions, okay? I saw myself living here. I saw myself living here. I knew I was going to be here. I just couldn't, I just didn't know when. I knew it was coming soon. And it was a little longer than I had wanted it to happen, but it eventually happened. And it only started, things started falling into place once I realized that I had to release let go of the expectations of what I thought was going to happen getting here. And all I knew is that I belonged here. It was calling me. I know I have a higher purpose here. That's going to come. You don't just bam and oh, here it is. I know it's coming, but I need to get rooted here, and I need to make my connections here with my soul family. It needs to come in organically. You cannot force. Let's say, here's the thing: you see something of the future, okay? You cannot force. Like, oh, I saw that in the future, I'm going to make this decision because I saw that. You can't do that. You have to be in the energy of flow, of just going with what is coming towards you. When you step up and say, I want to be in my full purpose, I want to have the life I've always dreamed. I want to be in my mission. I want to help others. I want to love others. I want to love myself. Please remove anything and everything that will get in the way of that, and watch what happens. People will be removed from your life. You may lose your job because you're supposed to be somewhere else. You may lose your place of living because you're not supposed to be there. If you are allowing your higher selves, okay, and your guardians and your ancestors, if you ask for their assistance and you say, please remove everything that is keeping me away from my purpose, be ready. Your life is about to shift. And if you're not prepared for that emotionally, it's going to come, whether once you've aligned and decided that is what you're going to do, what you want. Be ready to go through the hard stuff, because the hard stuff is going to show you the things that need healing. They're going to show you the things that you need to forgive yourself for, that you need to forgive others for. They're going to show you your ego. In order for you to get to this point, this part of your ego needs to go away, because the energy of this timeline doesn't fit that. You're not aligned with it. So I've gone through a lot of transmuting, a lot of healing, a lot of time by myself. 2 years. I've not even dived into a relationship. I'm not interested. I hadn't been interested. I welcomed the aloneness, because I had been through so much drama and bullshit with toxic relationships. Being by myself is like a breath of fresh air. And it allowed me the time to focus on myself. And I've learned how to be my own best friend, how to be my own best company. I've learned how to make decisions for myself, detached from anybody else's feelings. That doesn't mean that I don't care how you feel. I take it into consideration, but above all, I'm choosing what's best for me and what's best for them. But ultimately, it's about, it sounds selfish, but it's not. Because when you're choosing the best for yourself, you're also choosing the best for them. Because we're all connected, we're all one, we're all connected in the same family. We're all part of God. What affects one person will affect another. What affects you will affect someone else. I've had to leave my family behind. That was not an easy decision. I love my family. They're very dear to my heart. I left my family to come and do my mission. They probably won't follow me. And I have to deal with that. And somebody asked me, a friend of mine, she asked me yesterday, I was, on Sunday, I had a ticket. My mom had purchased a ticket for my sister, my mom, and I, and my 2 nieces to go see the production of Mary Poppins. It's one of my favorite movies, my favorite stories. I used to be an Annie, so it's like one of my favorite favorite productions, musicals, whatever. And I was supposed to go to that, and I told my mom, I said, I may not be able to attend this because I may be in Sedona by then. I said, she asked me if she still wanted me to get the ticket. I said, well, sure, but you may have to give it to somebody else. And well, of course, that ended up happening. And I was telling my mom, oh, send me pictures. I want to see pictures of my nieces, at the, it's a dinner and theater show. And I got the pictures. I shared it with a friend, and she says, aren't you sad that you didn't go? And I said, no. I miss my nieces, yes. I miss my family. But I'm not sad I didn't go because I am not attached to what's the word I'm trying to find? I'm not attached to people and their what they have, what other people have going on. Like, I'm living in the moment. I'm living in the now. I'm not living in the past. I'm not living in the future. I'm living right now. Right now, I am happy. I'm peaceful. My heart is full. Like, I'm living my dream. I'm living in a beautiful place. And I'm fulfilling my mission. That's what's important to me above everything else. Like, it's not that I don't. She accused me of being unemotional, non-human, and I'm like, excuse me? Okay, well, I see, I told her, you're not understanding. You're not at that level of understanding yet. I have released a lot. I've let go of many things. And in order to bring in my mission, everything that I'm supposed to do, and I will continue to do it. If it means stepping away from a friend because we're not in alignment anymore, I may have helped you for a time on your path, but if I feel like I need to step away because you're being fed the wrong information, I feel like whatever information you're getting is not in alignment, and you're accusing me of being non-emotional because I'm choosing to live according to my spiritual path and what I feel is right, and I see where that's gotten me. I'm not stopping. This world, this experience that we're having right now is an illusion. Okay? We're all connected. We're all playing out different characters. We're all playing out like different roles and scenarios where it's this fun we're playing a game. And this life is like this compared to eternity. Stop being so rooted in this world. Be in the world, but not of the world. Once you detach from any kind of outcome, any kind of expectations of other people, allowing people to go on their journey and make their own decision. Like, for instance, I just made a friend here in Sedona. We connected like sisters really fast. We spent a lot of time together. And she feels that she needs to leave and go to Texas for a while. And that means I'm going to have to seek out other connections. Okay. I want her to follow her heart. I don't want to be like, oh, you need to stay here because now I'm not going to have a friend. Mm-mm. I want her to go and follow what she's being guided to do. She needs to listen to her higher self. She's learning. She's learning to listen to her higher self. She's learning to listen to her heart and her intuition. And I'm saying you need to follow that. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. When we're following something, it doesn't make sense. But we know in our soul and our heart it's the right thing to do. Even though it doesn't make sense, that's usually when you're being guided by your higher self and a higher calling. Okay? So I'm happy for my friend. She's following her higher intuition. I'm going to miss her. We'll stay connected, obviously, but you know, this allows now for other people who need to come in and to have their time with me to have their time with them, whatever, to connect, and whatever it is I need to teach other people or me to learn from other people. I mean, I'm learning from some of the people here. Like I've been learning ever since I got here. It's not ended. It's great. I love it. I don't feel like I'm stagnant here. It's funny because a week ago, before I went to bed, I was kind of meditating, and I was sitting there like, okay, I'm here. Now what? I made it here. Now what? Now what's going to happen? Now what do I do? What do I do now? And so I thought, okay, just what I was told is just be in the now. It will come. And yeah, I just got, so she will show me, meaning Sedona. Sedona will show me what and I'm learning to not be attached to anything. And it's not a state of like, I don't care or I think I'm better than anyone or anything like that. I'm feeling pretty at peace and trusting that, because I look at how I got here and the amount of faith it took and the actions I had to take and the healing that I had to do and the letting go and the releasing I had to do, and always constantly listening to my higher self. Putting the ego, yeah, sometimes you gotta put the ego in timeout, be like, no, stop with that. That's old programming. Stop it. Go away. Go sit in the corner. Like, I'm not listening to you anymore. We're not on that program anymore. We're on a different program now. And we're in a program where we are accepting the now. We're living in the now. We're not living in the past. We're not living in the future. So, see, I have the ability to see the future. Different timelines. There are different timelines that I'm able to tap into. Just because I see one thing doesn't mean that that's really going to happen. And I have to tell people this. Like, okay, well, I see this happening, but it could be a different timeline. It may all depend on certain choices that you make. And the choices that others make. And we cannot be in a state of, well, I really need this to happen. You can desire it. I desire this to happen. This would make my heart super happy. This would make my soul jump for joy if I could do this. I see it. I want to do it. I can see myself there. I can see myself doing this. All right, that's wonderful. So what do you have to do to make that happen? Well, first you need to quit your job. You need to stop being friends with this person. You need to let go of certain family members that are holding you back or holding you down, telling you that, oh, your dreams are ridiculous, you'll never get there, or that's just silly because, no, you're supposed to be here and help. You're supposed to help out with family stuff. You can't just leave and go across the country. Is it your life or is it their life? It's your life. It's not, I had the fortunate, like I'm not married, I don't have children, although that is something I wanted in this life, but it didn't happen or hasn't happened yet. But, that helped me make my decision a little bit easier, but at the same time, it's not. We can become very dependent on our family, and think that other people we can't do anything without other people, without these people. Like, that's not true. Like, you have everything within yourself to get you to a better place. And if people see that you are striving to do better, you're bettering yourself and bettering your life, and you have changed, you transformed into a beautiful, loving being that's doing magical things and healing people, good things are going to come your way. The universe is going to help you get to where you need to be. It's going to be like, oh, you need some extra money? Okay, guess what? That car that broke down on you last year is now that car model is now going through that company is getting a lawsuit for those models. So guess what? If you file a claim, you can get your money back for that car. Because the universe saw that, oh, she's doing the work. She's making the move. She wants this. Okay, here. I'm going to help her because she's now decided that she's gonna do what she came here to do. A lot of times we get so attached to this world, and there's beautiful things in this world, beautiful things that happen, connections, and connections that we make with people, connections that we make with our animals, pets, children. So much beauty in this world. But it's not that okay, when I say it's an illusion, it's not that it isn't real. It's just that we get so attached that it's like, okay, so we live in a matrix. We live in a matrix universe, even. Like, that's why we have dimensions. That's why we have different frequencies. We have different vibrational levels, because we're in a metaphysical existence. It's all energy, yeah. So if you think about this world, if you played any virtual reality game, like Second Life or something, okay, if you've been in there, it's like, oh, you can get, and I used to be kind of addicted to it. So in that virtual reality, it's an illusion. You go into the game and you start playing it and you know it's an illusion. You go into it already knowing it's an illusion. And you think, okay, this is just, a silly thing. I'm just not silly, but, maybe it is silly. But you go into it just knowing it's a game, it's not real, right? But we're going to go in and we're going to make a character. We're going to make an avatar with whatever way we want it, right? And then we meet up with different people like, oh, you want to do a role play? What are we going to role play here? We're going to role play that we're elves. We're living in Lord of the Rings. Like, sure, we can do that. Let's play it out. While you're playing it out, make it all dramatic and whatever, but still, you at the computer, you know it's not real. Because your higher self, which is you at the computer, is like, okay, yeah, remember, this isn't real, but we're going to pretend it is. Because then you get so immersed in the play, get so immersed in the drama, and then you're like, oh wait, this isn't real. Right. We're just playing here. We're just role playing. What if because I'm aware that we're role playing, maybe I won't get too attached to this person, or maybe I won't. This is just role play. I'm gonna just see how this plays out, and not get attached to it. Like, it's not. I'm still gonna care about the people I'm involved with, but I'm making the moves in accordance to what I want to create, right? I want to create an experience in this world. What do you want to create in this world? That's your responsibility. That's all our responsibility. We're creators by thought, vibration, by our thoughts, by our vibrations, by our emotions. They're the same, but yeah. Words create. So thoughts create, our feelings create, our actions create. Just like when you're in the virtual world and you're playing a character, and by the things you do creates, whatever magical experience you want to make. It's the same thing as we're doing here. You can love everyone and still be in the place of detachment. It's not easy for everyone to do. It's not. Like, I care about you, I love you, but I need to do this for me. I care about and I love you, but I'm being called to do this. I care about and I love you. My higher self is telling me that I need to step away from you. I love you, but you're always in my heart. We're always connected, but I need to go and do this. It's not personal. I love you and I care about you, but I need to be with this person. I need to, my higher self is telling me I'm aligned with this person. I'm supposed to be with this person and not with you. And I realize that's not personal. It's because they're doing what they feel or what they've been told by their higher selves. It's their journey. You have your journey. Stop worrying about what other people are doing. Stop worrying about what I'm doing. You focus on yourself, and that's not, and I don't mean be selfish. I'm saying do what's best for you, and then everything else will align. Do what's best for you, and then people will respect you for it. People will love you for it. That's how we learn to love each other, is by following our own heart, by following our inner guidance, by following the spiritual laws and universal law. Respect is huge. You need to respect people's decisions and their own journey. And if someone is telling you you need to move on, that is an advice. You can listen to them or not. But, that person is going to move on, whether you are ready or not. So, I guess this is what I learned when I had to leave a sociopathic narcissist. The control he had over me mentally, emotionally, and being able to do that gave me the strength and the lesson of just learning to love myself and choose myself above everything else. And by choosing myself and to love myself, I'm also choosing God. I'm also choosing the love of God. I'm also choosing God's divine purpose, because when you are emotionally attached to someone to the point where you're making all your life decisions based on that person, whether, doesn't matter, they're a family member, doesn't matter if they're your spouse or a partner, or, well, your children, up to a certain point. But, when your children are old enough, to go on their own, you can't make decisions entirely based on, their dependency. If it's unhealthy, you need to release that. But as far as young children, you're responsible for their life up until, they're able to make decisions for themselves and be independent. But what I'm saying is, that's how you manifest. Okay, so now here we are at Lionsgate Portal, and we want to manifest. A lot of people don't understand that manifesting means you have to let go. You have to release first. You can't manifest unless you release. You have to release everything that you thought, everything that you've been clinging to, everything that what you have to, it's almost like you have to analyze in a psychological way of this, why you are attached to certain things, why you are seeing things a certain way, why do you keep going back to this certain pattern. I'm sorry, these bugs are bothering me. Why you keep repeating certain patterns, and you have to psychoanalyze yourself almost, and then be like, okay, I'm doing that because of this, and I need to break away from that. I need to stop that. I need to make a different decision. I need to release that, and then not expect this to happen because I'm depending on a certain outcome, because I'm dependent on a certain outcome to happen. Does that make sense? Anyways. So once you release that, then everything just falls into place. You call it towards yourself. You say, I am now manifesting, I'm now allowing what was meant to be to come into my life, what I signed up for, what was on my contract when I came here. I want to remove everything else that isn't aligned. That's how you get to be in your full purpose, and that's how you get to be at peace within yourself and happy. I used to think happiness was just, fluctuating, right? You can be at peace and happy regardless of what's going on around you, because you know that you are living your purpose. You are full of joy and God's love, and you know that everything's going to be okay. You know that everything's going to work out gloriously, because this has all been pre-planned. We've all set up this game for us. We've already designed it. It's already been done. My higher self keeps telling me we've already done this. We're now just catching up. Our higher self has said, you've already done this. You've already done it. That's what excuse me. Deja vu. When you have a deja vu moment, that is your higher self letting you know, okay, you've already done this. Remember? You've done this. You already did this. Remember? You're catching up. A lot of us have our 5D selves already in New Earth right now. And this Earth timeline is catching up. I know it's hard to, it's hard for us to comprehend sometimes, but our higher selves, our 5D version is already in New Earth. I've seen her, I've connected with her, I've been in her consciousness, I've been there in New Earth with her. I already know that it's there, I already know what happens. And I've seen my future, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be attached to it. I'm releasing that expectation of what I saw. Be like, okay, well, I'm trusting and letting go and being like, okay, whatever happens, I know will happen to God's divine plan and God's divine timing. Those of us who are connected to God's love and source, and want the best for each other and humanity, we're going to be okay. So that's my message today for the Lionsgate. And I hope you all take the time to spend some time by yourself today. Envision the life that you want, okay? But you also need to release the things that are holding you back from a glorious future. Okay? Love you all, and I'll talk to you soon.